There's someone on the wing. Some thing! If William Shatner were in these movies, how interesting that would be. Star Trek Into Darkness is the sequel to the immensely successful and popular 2009 reboot of the Star Trek films. Directed by J.J. Abrams, stars Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Karl Urban, and Benedict Cumberbatch. You also got Zoe Saldana in there, Anton Yelchin, Simon Pegg. Great cast in this film. Star Trek Into Darkness is a film that's about a terrorist. Now this terrorist is out there wreaking havoc. Kirk, Spock, and the whole crew are sent out to try to find this guy. And one of the best roller coaster rides I have seen in a very long time ensues. Star Trek Into Darkness was frickin' fantastic. I love this movie. This is summer fun at its best. I recently did my review for Fast and the Furious 6. Now that was a really well-made, fun action fest. Didn't have a lot of substance though, but I recognize that film for what it was. A really fun movie that I hope you guys enjoy. What Star Trek Into Darkness is all of that plus the substance. J.J. Abrams continues to prove that he is one of the best filmmakers working today. I have liked every single movie that man has directed. He is extremely talented. One of the great things about the first movie was that it understood what the original series was and it got the best things of that, but it also made it new and fresh. This movie also continues to reboot the franchise in a way. Even though it's within the same series, this continues to add new elements to this franchise that are going to keep it fresh and lively. And I love this film. I actually did like it more than the first one, and I love the first one. For sure, something this movie gets even better than the first one. Not to diss Eric Bana, who I thought did a good job as Nero in the first film, but Benedict Cumberbatch as the main villain of this movie, dude, freaking fantastic. He did such a good job. He really was great. Menacing, evil, his voice, his gestures, the way he talked, the way he did things, just his entire vibe and aura as a character was just badass. I loved it. He did such a good job in this movie. And the scenes where him and Kirk and Spock have dialogue together and they just summer fun entertainment at its best. J.J. Abrams has a really good way of shooting action. He's so intense. Like, I saw it with a friend of mine, who oddly enough looks a lot like Zachary Quinto. And afterwards he was like, dude, I need to go home and sit down for like 15 minutes because my heart and everything, I'm so wired right now. Like, this movie does that to you. It's such a roller coaster ride. Chris Pine gives a great performance as Kirk in this movie. He's not just a fun, likable guy. He's legitimately great in this movie, as is Zachary Quinto as Spock. They both have such excellent chemistry. And the friendship between Kirk and Spock that was so famous in the previous movies and series is so well captured here. It's just so much love to these characters, so much love in this movie. And as a fan of the original films and the original series, there are so many excellent tributes throughout this movie, which I will not spoil. Go and enjoy them yourself, because as a fan, I guarantee you are going to be just pooping. You're just gonna you're just gonna poop. You know how the late, great Roger Ebert would say, 2 thumbs way up? That was that great man's ultimate praise to a film. Mine's a lot more juvenile, but it speaks who I am. Guys, when you see Star Trek Into Darkness, you are going to poop everywhere. You're just poop everywhere, I swear. This movie is awesome. The visual quality of this movie too, it just leaps off the screen at you, and I saw it in 2D. Which I'm very glad I saw, actually, because I'm getting sick of 3D. I didn't go to the advanced screening of this film. I saw it at the midnight showing with a crowd. That just felt really fun, you know, to be able to experience that. I don't want to tell you much anything else about this movie. I just want to tell you that it took me to emotional places that most movies don't take you to. This is one of those summer movie action rides that's so spectacular that will just take your heart and your pulse to all different types of levels. And J.J. Abrams knows how to touch all those little strings perfectly and pull them and get you to experience emotions that you didn't think you were going to experience when you watch a Star Trek movie. And it had me surprised at an almost constant level. You're just so saturated with everything being the same in movies nowadays. And to see a big summer blockbuster that's so smart like this, just good job, Abrams. You did a great job with this movie. My only issue with the film is actually maybe like the first few minutes, where it was really fun and exciting, but I didn't really know where it was going. When you watch the rest of the film, you can be like, oh, okay, I see where all these little pieces are important. That's really it. This is a fantastic movie. I adored it. It's one of the best films I've seen in a while. I loved it even more than the first film. I'm still going to give Star Trek Into Darkness an A. I think it's an excellent movie, and as I said, I don't really have any problems with it. You gotta reserve the A-pluses for those movies that literally just stop your heart. Thanks a lot for watching my review, guys, and as always, if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.